What is going on, you guys? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you've stumbled across this video, you're probably interested in how to make waterfalls in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Well, on today's video, I will be giving you a tutorial on how to craft one in the easiest way possible. I promise, don't worry, you will be making one soon. So what you want to do is go to the spot that you feel like you really want a waterfall, and you're going to go right to Island Designer mode. If you don't have this, you can buy it with Nook Miles. So that's going to be your first step. Get it, or if you already have it, get right into it, go into construct mode, and what you're going to do is hit that plus button and go to waterscaping. We are going to start with the body of water. So as you can see, I'm just digging out a piece of water, whether you want a river, a lake, you want it to just be like a little pond, whatever body of water you want, you have to start somewhere. So I'm just gonna make not the biggest waterfall, just because as you can see I have this house here, so we don't have too much space to work with. Honestly, I'm just making this waterfall for you guys to show you how to. I probably won't end up keeping it here, but then again, who knows? So what we're going to do is just keep waterscaping until we start to really see a little body of water. And you don't have to go crazy with it right now, just get it started. I would say 2 to 3 rows of water is plenty just to get an idea and get that waterfall flowing. So then the next step is going to be to go right above it, the next level up. It has to be the next level up. So if you don't have another level, you have to build one. You have to build a cliff. And then you're going to waterscape again directly above it, right on the edge of that cliff. And the game will just naturally have that water flow right into that body of water that we first did. And again, you don't really, have to go back a few rows. You can have just 1 or 2 rows of water here. I'm probably, just because of the space I have, just going to end up doing 2 rows. So we're just going to finish that out. It's really quick once you get the technique of it. And don't be shy with it. Play around, see what looks right, see what feels right. And if you don't like something, go back and redo it. This game, it's one of the best things about it. It is so customizable. So next you're going to hit that plus sign again, and we're going to go into the cliff side of it. And we are going to build a cliff right at the edge of where we want that water to stop. You could have either went further back with the water, or you could have left it kind of how I'm doing, a really small one here. And you're going to make a row of cliff. And then this part's pretty important. You cannot just have 1 row, it will not work. You need a few. So I'm just going to get the second row going here. Waterfalls are absolutely beautiful, both in real life and in the game. They can really just make your island feel more natural, and just the aesthetic of them is breathtaking. But I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed. They are so easy to make. Just follow exactly what I'm doing here, and I promise you will have one up in no time. So I am just going a 3rd row, just because I've made a lot of them, and I know that 2 rows is just really ineffective in making one. So now what you're going to do is you're going to want to get your ladder out, and you're going to want to climb up there. And just like we did that second layer, we are going to do the exact same thing on this next level of cliff. We are going to waterscape, and again, the game just naturally knows that that water is going into that second row, into that first row, and it all just flows beautifully. It's so easy. And again, you can make your waterfalls the size of your whole island if you want. There's no limit in this game as far as the size of them, except the height. Unfortunately, it only lets you go 3 stories here. You cannot climb any higher. That's one thing I wish they did a little bit different, but I mean, I don't know what the future has in store for Animal Crossing. Maybe it will be, they add that in the future. So as you can see, guys, I do have this present flying above me. Normally I would not try and get that present down while doing the tutorial, but I am very much waiting for some DIYs. So let's hope we get a good one here. So I am just going to get that present down. And I hear some Nook Miles buzzing, so I just want to clear that out so we don't hear that beeping. Sweet. Now that we have a pretty good start to a waterfall here, you can kind of figure out the size that you want to make it. Do you want a river? Do you want a pond? Do you want it to flow into something? Whatever you want to do, you can do in this game. Again, it is super customizable, but now that you get the hang of it here, again, the water is totally up to you, the size of it, where you want it to go. Even the shape of it, you can leave the edges kind of rounded, which I think is just a more natural style look to it, or you can leave them at a perfect like 90-degree angle. As you can see there, I have them in that perfect angle, which I don't believe any of mine are like that on my island, but again, it's a preference. It's totally up to you. You're not stuck with anything either. You can take this whole thing down if you don't like it. I just want you guys to see how easy they are and to get familiar with it, and then you will be a pro with them and you will be making some really good ones. Just gonna build this out a little bit more. Again, I really have no idea what I'm doing with this one. I pretty much just made it because I wanted to do a tutorial. When I first started playing the game, I was looking at all types of island designs, and one of the first things I noticed were waterfalls, and I was just so drawn to them. I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. I love them in real life. I love them in the game. I think they just add that natural beauty to the space, and really easy. Again, you could just cut these cliffs a little bit. You can round them out. You can, leave them at that angle. Totally up to you. Again, the only thing that I wish they did differently was make it so you can go even higher with them. Unfortunately, you cannot, but I'm going to be optimistic that that may be something in the future. So just hit the edges of these cliffs here and they will round out for you. And you can decide which look you like better. Again, I think the rounded out just ends up looking more natural, like real life. But if, the space where you put yours, maybe you do a really small one, and you need it more angled, then absolutely, by all means do that. I think you really just can't go wrong with a waterfall, honestly. I like to add some vines. If you visit islands with Nook Miles, you can find vines pretty easily. I think that's where I found mine. I don't think I have a DIY to craft them, but yeah, you can find them pretty easily. I think they just go beautifully on cliffs, especially in regards to waterfalls. And then I'll throw in some shrubs here. So I don't have enough space for a tree. If you did want to add trees on the top of your cliff, guys, you will need 3 or 4 rows. Just like anywhere else, you cannot put a tree too close to an edge. It just doesn't work. So if you do want that, just build out your cliff a little bit wider, and I promise you can put as many trees as you want as long as that width is right. So that is going to pretty much be it, guys. When you're done, you can get out of that construction mode and hit you are done building for now. And that's going to be it. I hope you guys found this video to be super easy. If you followed it step by step, I promise you'll get the hang of it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And go craft some waterfalls now. I will see you on the next.